mentally defeated?
I just got charged $98 on Uber and I don't know what it is, and I keep losing money.
Oh man, this
Losing money.
Sounds
I'm
like a-
bleeding money.
skill issue. I can't lie. You.
Okay.
How do you
That's
even
right.
get charged $98 by
I don't
Uber
fucking-
randomly?
I don't know.
All right. Anyway, welcome to the show, Quyen Schroeder.
Yeah,
My God.
it's been a bit of a journey.
It's been a journey. One could say like an Uber or Lyft ride
Yeah,
that may
yeah.
cost close to $100.
Yeah. Which is an order of magnitude more than you expected.
Is it?
So much. It's like 10 times more.
Yeah.
Literally 10 times more.
I wish I could stay on this topic a little bit longer, just for my own curiosity's sake.
Was it like a good Uber at least?
Yeah.
It was just a normal Uber ride.
Like, did you get like mints or like?
It was like in the middle of the day. I was wearing heels so I could not walk.
Sure.
And that's why I took an Uber from No Frills to my house.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be $10. And then today I got charged 98 and I don't understand it. And I'm losing my mind. And it's just been why is this? What is happening?
Why? What if it was like a smudge on your screen when you were getting it, and you thought it was a decimal?
No. I have the receipts. It's telling me that there was a mess in the car and they charged me a cleaning fee even though there was no mess in the car.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go home.
Only a hot mess. Hey, Quyen Schroeder, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for the segue on that.
Yeah. We always start the show with one question.
Yes.
Who are you?
Yeah. I am Quyen Schroeder. I use they, she pronouns. I am an opinion journalist at the Ubyssey. So my beat is covering AMS and AMS Council, especially timely since as this releases on Wednesday, we will be in the midst of we'll be in the midst of election season at the AMS. So I've been busy covering all the races and the candidates. So that has been me recently. Other than that, as we shared off camera, we are both from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
We are both from the Dallas area.
Yeehaw! Except it's Dallas, so it's like a yeehaw.
What does that mean?
Yeehaw?
No, like why is Dallas a different kind of yeehaw?
I don't know.
Quyen, can you explain it, please?
Yeah, there's a great reason.
Mhm.
There's actually 3 great reasons, which I will explain now because I know them. The reasons
For
that,
the 3 main reasons are the Metroplex. You got Fort Worth,
Fort Worth,
Dallas,
Dallas.
and Arlington.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I still don't know what that means.
Don't worry, it's a Texas thing. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
They combine like a Voltron suit, and they make that sound when they do.
Who's Voltron?
You have bigger issues here. You got bigger issues. You don't know who Voltron is.
I actually haven't seen any Voltron. I
Me
just
neither.
Know the.
But
I
the
just know
people
the
know the
reference.
reference,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Is that like the
Is it like-
motorcycle thing?
It's like the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
Do the Pacific Rim robots also do that?
I think so.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Like Voltron is like the OG, but then it's
Yeah.
like the Power Rangers are like what I think our generation is most.
Is that
attached
is
to
that
it.
the one that Jared Leto is in?
Is Jared Leto in the?
The motorcycle
I have no
thing.
idea.
That's
Tron?
Morbius.
That's Tron.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, first off, can I ask what it was like? You grew up in a. Is Addison a city?
I think we're a town. We're a town.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Addison, Texas. I'll really quickly. Talking about my experience, I used to drive from my little suburb, Frisco, Texas, and the like closest town over, but like right between, like Dallas proper. No, that's not true. But it's like for me at least, what I would attach was like the next like city area was Addison.
Yeah.
And that's because Addison has this giant pink fucking building on the side of the highway, which I think is the Mary Kay headquarters.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not giant. It's like it's maybe like 50, but it's like
Yeah.
in the middle of nothing. You gotta understand. It's like in the middle of like highways.
That's the way of Texas.
Yeah.
Is everything's in the middle of nothing.
Yeah. It was like the next city over from like proper city with proper buildings over from like where I was
Yeah.
coming from before you got to Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I actually never had a car in Texas. So I don't know the geography like at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get around?
I was gonna say.
I mostly didn't. Mostly friends and parents. Yeah.
Straight up hitchhiking.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, how long were you in Addison for?
My whole life until I came up here.
Damn. What was it like growing up there?
It was fine. I don't particularly have complaints. Yeah, it was mostly quiet. Like we only had like one or two friends who lived nearby us when we were kids, so we'd walk to see them. But then after that, the friendship net, so to speak, was cast a bit wider. And then it was like mostly begging the people with cars to come pick me up or come to my place, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember because I didn't drive for a long time either, and it was like a similar
Yeah.
situation. You're kind of like, for me at least, I'll speak for myself.
Mm-hmm.
You're like a whore. You'll do anything for a ride. You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm begging, like, please, can you drive me to please? Man, there were sometimes people would text when I started driving. People would text me at like 12, like, hey, can you drive me to Dallas? And I'm like, no.
Oh. At midnight?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh. And then, do you abandon them there, or do you have to like arrange a pickup,
Listen.
or a $98 Uber?
You gotta, you most of the
Guys,
time
too
you just gotta
soon.
do it.
We can't be joking about this.
Yeah.
I'm fragile. I will cry.
Do it on camera right now.
You think I can cry on command?
No.
Oh.
I don't
Disappointing.
actually. Yeah. When you moved up to Vancouver, was there a bit of culture shock?
Yeah. They're honestly one of the moments that stands out the most to me is my boyfriend and I. We were running towards like Pacific Spirit Park, and there is that road. It's like Broadway, I think, or 7th. Nope, 9th. Whatever, the one that goes by the golf course. And we were running, and there was this car that was speeding along the way, and they saw us running up to the area, and they slowed down. They stopped. It wasn't a stop sign. They were just like, there's two folks who want to cross. And then we crossed, and then they continued speeding.
Yeah.
Which it's like, hey, I respect that. A healthy respect for pedestrians. Like, you grew up in Texas. That wouldn't happen.
I grew up in Calgary primarily.
Oh, okay.
But I did go to
Okay.
high school. Like a lot of my formative years were in Texas.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, no, it wouldn't and this is a thing with Dallas drivers. They say that like Houston drivers want to kill you, but Dallas drivers want to kill themselves. I might have done it in reverse, but it's like that's
Yeah.
They're both. It's fast, but Dallas drivers will really drive like they have no concern for their life.
Oh, absolutely. And like, I don't know. They're just kind of like rude for no reason
Yep.
sometimes. Like when it's raining, it rains way harder in Dallas than it does here.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But I would be running in the rain alongside the road because that was the only place to run. And like multiple times, a car from the middle lane would merge into the side lane just so they could splash me and then merge back.
What?
Yeah. It's brutal. It's brutal.
This is like a thing, like, and I'm guilty of this too. All right.
You splash
Never
runners?
never that.
Okay.
But it's a thing of like people who aren't in a car. Actually, I've only done this for cyclists, to be fair, where it's like cyclists who are going very slow,
Sure.
and you gotta go somewhere, and there's some nincompoop beside you, and you're like, my stupid life, my stupid
Sure.
dumb life, you know.
So close to saying Chungus.
That was this close, but I said it like off camera really recently, so I didn't want to double up.
Thank God you didn't say
No,
it on camera.
thank God I
just
didn't
now.
say it on camera. Yeah, Chungus.
Bleep it.
But yeah, I mean, like that's just cruel. I never did anything that intentionally cruel. My God.
Y'all are just pranksters. Did you notice my use of y'all, by the way? I just want to
Wow.
highlight
Wow.
that I said y'all.
Thanks for being accepting of our culture.
Of course. The
cultural
one and only
exchange.
time I'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah, Americans, woohoo.
I don't know how to
Well, hey.
feel that you said y'all, actually.
I actually say y'all all the time.
All right.
Mostly on text.
Yeah, fair enough. I've never heard you say it in person. I'll be so honest.
Yeah.
Code switching.
Fair.
This is fair.
Move like switching gears now to like
Yeah.
this AMS stuff that's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
This is another hyper local, UBC only. Well, not only, but
Yeah.
UBC centric episode, I guess, because it is election season.
It is. It is.
And you, as part of the editorial board for the school's newspaper, is it the student union's newspaper or the school's?
No, it's
newspaper?
the schools. We have been independent of the AMS since I believe 1995. Before that, we had essentially been around as an AMS publication since 1918, as our website and our papers famously say, all the way up until I believe it was 1994, where we published a particularly controversial issue of the Ubyssey titled "The Feces," which was as immature as one could imagine. That got
What year was this?
1994.
Interesting. I think you
yeah.
said 1984, and I was gonna make a joke, but yeah, go ahead.
No.
Yeah.
1994. It was a lot of things in there were in bad taste, but essentially after that, the editors were locked out and of the newsroom, and they organized a referendum to create the Ubyssey Publication Society, which is a society independent of the AMS. So they don't control our coverage. We have our own board of directors, so we are independent of them.
While not like strictly independent, do you still find there's some pressure from the AMS at times?
I think there are ways in which the AMS would prefer we cover them differently. I think that's sort of natural, but I think that we don't really let that affect our coverage. We if there is a truth, if there's something to be said, we try to say it. And while obviously being fair and making sure we have the facts accurately. Yeah. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of like wondering if there was like more direct like things or
As in like someone coming down to the office and being like, don't publish this?
exactly.
Yeah. That would not fly.
Yeah.
Like one of the things is that I don't know if I said my role, but I'm an opinion journalist at the Ubyssey. I have a column Point of Inquiry, and I essentially have latitude to write whatever I'd like about the AMS, obviously subject to ethical constraints. But even our editor in chief, if she reads one of my columns before publication and goes, I don't like what Quyen's saying there, she isn't able to stop the publication of that. I mean, like, logistically, she could theoretically take my editor's laptop and prevent him from pressing publish, but my editor has a resignation letter written up in the grand tradition of opinion editors resigning when coverage is blocked. And it was the same thing with the editorial board. We endorsed candidates this year. So we wrote our endorsements in private, just the editorial board, and the editor-in-chief, the news editor, the reporters, they didn't see what we had written until essentially we were ready to publish it once we had our draft filed.
Yeah. I'm curious because like we're on the outside of this.
Yeah.
I think me and Sood here. Sood's still in her Uber. But
racking up the bill.
Yeah, they're just going
Yeah,
in circles around the city. But she's really mad.
Yeah.
Let's cut to this real quick.
I'm not even mad. I'm just like in disbelief that this is happening to me. Mercury retrograde.
You're not mad. You're just disappointed.
Ruining my life. I'm just like depressed, like straight up depressed. Like I'm not even mad about it anymore.
hell, what the hell were we talking about? Oh yeah, I guess me and Sood here are kind of like on the outside, you know. And it's like for most students, like they, unless you're like a nerd
A freak.
and a loser,
This is
you're
true.
not paying attention to student politics.
Yeah.
And I can say this
Mhm.
because a lot of my friends are in
Yeah.
the AMS
Yeah.
and Senate and Board of Governors.
Yeah.
I disagree. You can't say this. I think it's cool to be involved in, or like to be knowledgeable about whatever is happening.
No, it's
My
not.
my partner and I went to council meetings for about 2 years before I became an opinion journalist with the Ubyssey, and I can confirm it is freak behavior.
Yep.
Breaking,
Boom.
I don't know, but like,
but it's cool
Justified.
freak behavior.
yeah,
Yeah.
like if you just know what's happening
Yeah.
and know the stances that the different candidates are taking, I think that's pretty cool.
Fair enough. You also have to know also that I am a freak in my own right. With I
Your own
guess-
Like a
podcast?
science major out here saying, yeah, politics? Who knows about politics? What the hell, man?
Science isn't political, guys.
Let's
Do
separate
you
the
vote in
art from the
Texas?
artist.
Sorry, ignore me.
Did you guys watch the Senate primary election?
Yeah.
No, because who gives a shit about America?
Anyway, there's a guy running now in Montana. He's an independent.
Oh.
Because the Montana senator
Right.
is retiring
Yes.
because of the Republicans are so damn unpopular. Anyway, so
We
as
try not
were
to get
saying-
political here.
Yeah, we try not to get political.
Oh my
not-
God.
Not in this
Not in
political
this-
climate.
Speaking of, I forgot. I made a gift for you all.
What?
Yeah, because I was so excited to be on my favorite Christian conservative podcast. And I was like, what do Christian conservatives love more than anything else?
yes.
They love AI pictures of Jesus.
Of
Oh
course.
my god!
Yeah.
And those are always on those little candles, right? The like
Yeah.
But then I was very disappointed. I had this plan locked and loaded. And then I heard you talking about how you were going to shift away from the Christian conservative content.
Yeah.
Towards a more like Hillary Clinton style,
Yeah.
like
90s Democrat.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I made this shitty candle that has AI Jesus on one side and Hillary Clinton on the other side. And it would have been better if I knew that this was happening more than 24 hours ago.
No, this is very
Because I
last
would have
minute.
gotten a actual candle and not an old pill bottle and filled it with tea candles.
No, Loki, though, that's so
It's
on
the
brand
thought,
for
like-
us.
and you know what? Did you
is
watch the
perfect.
Christmas? This is so indulgent. Did you watch the Christmas? Oh my god. This is, oh my god, this is so excellent. Did you watch the Christmas special?
I did.
So then you know about the Taylor Swift candle.
Yes.
This was in the second part of the Christmas special that just aired. The Taylor Swift candle that was sitting right here.
Mhm.
Man, I think we found our first line of merch.
Candles?
Yes.
The Who is
Oh,
with Ross
Just
Oteri
AI
candle line.
candles.
Oh yeah, awesome. You
Oh
know I
my
love AI.
This is excellent. Oh, you have no idea how happy this makes me. Oh, if people know me in real life, they know I don't ever get this happy about anything ever. Ever.
I'm glad it was entertaining.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And there's like four little
Yeah, I
tea
had to
candles.
stack it up so that theoretically you could light it.
This is such
Uh,
this is so much nothing but also something.
Oh my god,
in
so
the
you're the
perfect way.
one listener that we have.
What?
You're
You have
like
more
the
than one.
Yeah, the one
Well,
listener.
Yeah, but like you're our number one
You're
listener.
our core audience.
Yeah.
Long time
Every-
listener, first time caller.
Every week we're like, I don't want to record an episode today.
Sure.
And then we decide that no, we have to stay loyal to our fan base.
We decide. I decide.
Mhm.
I go. There's people listening, and there's like 15 of them, but they're out there, and they're gonna be, they're gonna expect something.
Mhm.
Mind you, I was fully prepared not to do an episode this week.
This is fair. This is fair.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. There
Wow.
were other plans that also would have happened.
See, I didn't know you were a listener.
Yeah.
This is
I
hilarious.
considered I considered on my application instead of who is with Ross Oteri doing who is with Maydha Sood.
Oh.
And I decided against it. I was like, I'm not sure if that's the vibe.
Of
But
course
yeah.
it is. It's always
Uh-huh.
No, you would have had
Yeah.
more
Who
you
was
would have had
without
more
Ross Oteri.
leeway. No, I'm telling you right now, if you put that, you would have gone on the next day.
Yeah, yeah. I should have known who would have been looking at that
Yeah.
and pandered.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was things that could have been. My boyfriend thought it would be really funny if I brought you all a pizza I made. So that would have happened if I had more than 24 hours. I would have brought a pizza in a cast iron pan.
For context, listener, I don't know if I've said this already. This is less than 24 hours in the making. We had another guest. We had two other guests that canceled.
We had actually 3 other guests that canceled.
That's right.
We had.
But that other guest is probably going to be that episode's going to come out after this one.
Right.
Most likely, or the one after. Whoa, what? Yeah, we had 3 guests that canceled. That's right.
We've been on the grind.
Yeah, everything works.
Yeah.
All our technology works. There's
Yeah.
no issues.
I didn't watch you fiddle with that camera for 15 minutes. Nope. It worked perfectly the first time. Nothing broke.
And the angle is the same.
The angle is exactly the same. Everyone is in the Instagram comments talking about how it looks like the camera is 6 inches lower. And I just like to say, they're wrong.
They're wrong. Incorrect.
Why would the camera be 6 inches lower? That would only be the case if something broke.
If something went wrong.
That's a great point you raised. Let's circle back to the AMS elections.
Oh, okay, great.
Right.
Yeah. This is the thing we can do.
Yeah. Do you have ADHD?
I'm not diagnosed with anything that starts with an A.
All right. Me neither. But I probably should be.
Yeah.
Multiple things that start with an A. But AMS elections. Yeah, I mean, what went by, like, why this year to do, like, the decision to endorse candidates? Because I know that's, like, that's a lofty decision to make.
Yeah. So, I'm obviously a part of it. I'm the head of our sort of pilot editorial board. But I think one of the reasons is that we actually have someone in the opinion section. I love how you're holding it with Hillary Clinton face out. We actually have someone in the opinion section who covers the AMS. That is me. So there is some amount of knowledge there. Without that, it would either be a bunch of people who have never really covered the AMS, or we'd be grabbing people from news, and that sort of blurs the line we have between news and opinion coverage. I think that's part of it. We also, we'd like to have a standing editorial board going forward. In recent years, the editorial board has been synonymous with our masthead. So the masthead is the group of editors who are essentially on payroll at the Ubyssey, and the editorial board is the group that writes editorials in the name of the paper. So previously, those were one and the same. But with this pilot program, we've split the editorial board off. So the pilot was myself, Elena Massing, who is the features editor, and Maya Tomasi, who is also an opinion journalist with us, and she covers external politics. A lot of political theory coming out of Maya. She is incredibly smart. She has incredible ideas.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Maya was her name?
Maya.
Shout out Maya.
Elena is also awesome. I love
shout out Elena. Shout out everyone on the board.
Shout out to everyone. That's everyone on the board. We also have our editor, Spencer Eisen, who is amazing.
I've heard plenty of things about Spencer Eisen.
What have you heard about Spencer Eisen?
I know someone who went to high school with Spencer and talked about their writing being, like, incredible, like, back then. And then now they were like, they write on the UBC as well.
Is this with the Griffin's Nest? Or...
Maybe. I don't know specifically.
Okay.
But
it's interesting because I feel like Spencer's reputation oft precedes him. Because he is...
Oft.
Yeah, that was a good word.
Yeah. I fear I recently have been integrating more archaic terms into my vocabulary, which is unfortunately the type of person I am.
Can you give us 3 archaic terms we can integrate seamlessly into our vocabulary?
Sure. Well, oft. Obviously. Betwixt.
Betwixt, what does that mean?
Like between.
Oh, nice. Betwixt. Betwixt thine legs.
Yeah. You
really think you're funny?
Podcast before, but is that that type of podcast?
Mm-hmm.
What
actually don't
happened
know
to
what else.
Christian conservatism?
Exactly.
We're
Flip-
getting freaky
flip-
now.
flip
We're getting
that
freaky.
candle.
We're going on the island.
Is the camera? Is the candle in
Nope.
camera? Great. Awesome.
We need
Well, just trust it's flipped to the correct
Just-
setting.
settings.
Setting. Oi.
Yeah, this we'll attach other figures
Yeah.
on here when we.
Oh,
you know,
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hillary is also Bill, so that's why I'm getting freaky right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm-
Oft betwixt.
Betwixt. I can't come up with a third one off the top of my head, which is unfortunate.
What about thine?
Thusly.
Thusly. Yeah.
I do say thus.
Thus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ergo. I do use ergo unironically.
Mhm.
This is very this is emotionally devastating to admit on air.
What, that you use ergo?
Yeah.
I feel like that's just well, let me not say it's intelligence.
I think it's cool.
I
Thank
think
you,
it's cool.
thank you.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
like classy and cool. Like it's like
Great.
you know, especially betwixt. I'm
Betwixt,
using that.
yeah.
I'm using that one in the bedroom. Okay.
I don't want to be credited for that.
What?
Nothing?
By the way, it's just gonna be me in the mirror.
Oh, great, great.
Yeah. Yeah, back to the election.
Yes,
Jesus
sorry, I
Christ.
keep distracting us.
No,
This
that's
is...
listen. It's majorly my fault.
Sure.
It's 100% his fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
We'll share responsibility 0-100.
okay, perfect. Yeah. Going into the candidates that you guys endorse
Yeah.
now specifically. Where should we begin? I guess we can begin with board and senate.
Yeah. That's a place to begin. That's not where I thought you were gonna begin.
Where
but
Where would you? Think I, would
I
begin?
thought you were gonna start with president, but we can start with
That's
board and
best.
senate.
Save the best for last.
You're right. Best for last. So should we explain what the board of governors is?
Really quickly.
Yeah, great. So they are.
I'll be honest. I don't fully understand it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is fair. They are essentially the group that at a very high level manages the university's finances. So there are two governors from among students from Vancouver. There's also one from Okanagan. Then there are some faculty and staff governors, as well as those appointed by the province. So we had 5 candidates running for Board of Governors, affectionately abbreviated to BOG. As I think you led with, potentially. But yeah, the editorial board, we ended up choosing to endorse Drayden Fontana and Brian Baraga.
We love Drayden Fontana.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Of Ross Oteri fame.
I genuinely love that guy. He's awesome. Shout out Drayden.
Yeah, we thought they were both qualified. Drayden obviously, infamously, has been the vice president, academic and university affairs at with the AMS. He's also been on Senate for quite some time. Brian is actually new to UBC, but he did a previous degree at McGill, where he was the president of their student union. He served on Senate. He served on BOG. He also was a part of some divestment movements there. So we ended up endorsing both of them. But Zarifa Nawar, who is the current VP AUA, is also very qualified for the position. So we think voting for any of those three, you really aren't going to go wrong. We just think that Drayden and Brian have more aligning visions and will work well together, yeah.
That's interesting. So yeah, that's a good. I like that you guys are thinking about who would also work well together.
Yeah. Because one of the things we saw in our interviews and less so during the debates was there is, I think, a somewhat understandable tension between Zarifa and Drayden. Obviously, as you know.
Why?
Oh, is there going to be a disclaimer at the top of this episode?
Maybe. We'll see.
Drayden was removed from office, removed as VP AUA, and was succeeded by Zarifa.
Right.
So there's some amount of tension there. We hope that if they were both elected, they'd be able to sort of put that aside and work towards wins for students, as the candidates always put them. But yeah, we just thought Brian and Drayden would work really well together. They another big thing, obviously, is tuition freeze and tuition increases. That's always a big discussion. Both Brian and Drayden, we thought, had fairly reasonable visions for how that would happen. In that Drayden's vision was mostly that it wouldn't happen, but he'd continue advocating for sub-inflationary tuition increases, whereas Brian was like, I do want to push for a tuition increase, and I want
tuition freeze.
Oh, tuition freeze. Yes, thank you. A tuition freeze, and to sort of make up that lost revenue, I'd want to dip into the endowment a little bit, which they're both thinking about how the logistics of a tuition freeze would work. So we think they'd be able to come to a compromise on that. And they are both also divestment guys from, companies complicit in human rights abuses.
Boo. This is where the boo sound effect
Yeah,
comes in.
great.
Boo human rights abuses.
Boo. Boo genocide.
Boo genocide.
Boo apartheid. All bad things.
Boo bombing oil refineries. Okay. This is something you guys didn't do.
Yeah.
And this could be purely your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your anti-endorsement? Who would you say stay far away from this person?
For Bog?
And we'll do that for all of the positions as well.
We thought Jackie and Sultana. We felt that they didn't necessarily have the knowledge or experience that we really would want to see from a Bog candidate. Jackie was also not for a tuition freeze, but also not for the 2% increase. He sort of landed somewhere in the middle, where between 0 and 2%. And sort of when we asked how he planned for the university to make up that funding, he was like, we should have more micro-credential programs, which is certainly something the university could look into, but we don't think it's super feasible on that front. And Sultana also, we didn't find she performed exceptionally well in either the debates or our interview with her. There were sort of key knowledge aspects she was missing there. And we can talk more about Sultana later as well. She was also on Senate, or is running for Senate. But yeah, is that what
That's
you
perfect?
wanted? Yeah. I should also say, we also have our elections issue is out. So we have full written endorsements in here, which I may have to refer to this when we get to Senate to remember everyone's names.
All good.
Yeah.
I guess next up is Senate.
Senate. Yeah. Speaking of referring to this to remember everyone's names. The Senate is the big one because there are 10 people running. So our endorsement for this one took a lot of time. Our process, I mentioned the interviews, is we would broadly get everyone who was running in a race in the same room with us, and we would sort of go through our interview like that. For Senate, we split it up into two because mostly I was like, I would like not to do a 10-person interview over 2.5 hours in our stuffy boardroom.
In the process of interviews, did you guys have any conflicts between candidates in the room?
We definitely had disagreements, and like I mentioned before, there were some candidates who were they sort of had pretty clear disagreements with each other, and there were points where we were like, okay, we sort of need to move on, but no one was getting like outright hostile. Like we were very far from punches being thrown.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
No canings, no.
No.
Tarring and feathering. Okay.
No,
good.
But believe it or not, we did not have tars and feathers immediately at our disposal.
Oh, that's odd. Anyway.
Yeah.
Senate.
Yeah, Senate. There are 5 senators, and senators are, if the Board of Governors is the sort of money department, Senate is sort of the academic policy department. So they end up approving courses. They end up approving degree requirements. They set those sort of standards. They determine what has to be in a syllabus, that type of thing. So both of these bodies are obviously very impactful on your university experience. So yeah, We ended up there were 5 positions. We ended up endorsing 4 people. And those people are Drayden Fontana of Ross Oteri fame.
You gotta stop saying that.
I'm gonna keep saying
More
it.
like
Actually.
Ross Oteri of Drayden Fontana fame.
This is true.
Yeah.
I hate to admit to being a fake fan, but the Drayden Fontana episode was my first episode.
Hey, trust me, it's my first episode too. Okay.
That's not true.
Yeah, it isn't. I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
yeah. That was your first video episode? Is that
I
true?
think it might have been the first full video episode.
Yeah.
But even still, there was an issue with the camera, and then it.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, never. That's never happened.
No. The cameras work great.
100% of the
The
time.
camera
always.
stands also work great. I
Fantastically.
don't know why anyone was asking.
Nope.
But yeah, we ended up endorsing Drayden Fontana, Brian Baraga, Jasper Lorian, and Zarifa Nawar. We felt all 4 of them had a lot of experience and a lot to offer there. Like we said, we with Brian and Drayden, we think they would work well together. And one of the reasons that is especially relevant is there are a total of 18 student senators on Senate, and traditionally they form a student Senate caucus where they sort of work together and push together as a united front. Drayden is on Senate this year. He actually isn't on the student Senate caucus. In our interview, he talked about wanting to sort of avoid the student politics of it all, which I think it makes sense given his history. But the other thing is, it's not like he was slacking. He was still present and contributing meaningfully to Senate. And Brian, in our interview, expressed like a real desire to continue to work with Drayden, no matter what Drayden's involvement in the Student Senate Caucus looked like. Like I said before, Brian has experience on Senate at McGill, even though they are new to UBC. Zarifa as well, lots of experience, is the VP AUA, so is already doing a lot of liaising with university people. And Jasper Lorian, also very experienced, currently on Senate. They sort of infamously, there was a dispute about the Senate start time, and there was some bureaucratic finagling to get that sent back to Agenda Committee, which they did. So yeah, those are our 4 candidates that we're endorsing. Do you have questions about any of them?
Well, I kind of have a question because you mentioned the working together.
Yeah.
But you guys endorsed Zarifa for this one.
Yes.
What went to the decision? Because as we already talked about, there could be some tension between Drayden and Zarifa.
Yeah. Ultimately, we think that Zarifa is very knowledgeable and would be very capable in this position. We've seen some big things out of that sort of advocacy front recently. Just a couple of weeks ago, the PhD funding that the university provides was increased pretty significantly, from I think it was around $24,000 to $40,000 a year, which is obviously a very big increase, and that was in part due to the advocacy of the VP AUA office. So yeah, we see a lot of experience from her. She has sort of been in the student politics and the Senate and the advocacy of it all for quite some time. So we do think she would be valuable. And Drayden as well. He's been here. He's very experienced. And even though there might be some tension there, Drayden has for a lot of it removed himself this year of that. And we liked them both individually more than some of the other candidates. So that's why we ended up endorsing both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys also had an addendum for, I think it was Ash and someone else?
Yeah, Ash and Jaya. We didn't endorse them, but mostly because we think that both of them would be reasonably competent in the role. So yeah, Jaya is running for VP AUA unopposed. So having that Senate seat would be helpful for her advocacy. In recent years, at least, it's very common for the vice president, academic and university affairs of the AMS to also sit on Senate. So we think she would be good there. She would be perfectly competent. Ash as well. Ash has uh, a, a a bit of a push towards like accessibility and representation of marginalized students, including Indigenous students and queer and trans students. So we think either of them would be good in the role. We sort of left it as an exercise to the reader to decide which of them they want to end up going for.
What do you think is the main like dividing line between those two?
Uh, I think that the way I sort of conceptualize it is, and Jaya talked a lot about this when we interviewed her for VP AUA, was she described her platform as being a mix of continuity and ambition. We think a lot of that it's more continuity than ambition, but we think she would continue the sort of path that things are on. Obviously, working alongside the other senators, and we think Ash would be more of a push towards serving these underserved communities and sort of pushing for and advocating for policies that benefit them. We think both are good choices. Obviously, helping with the AMS's advocacy on Senate would be a valuable thing as well from Jaya. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now for your anti-endorsement. Also, I just want to be clear that these are all the Ubyssey's endorsements and not
Yes.
necessarily endorsements of who is with Ross Oteri.
Yeah.
Actually, we do endorse one person
Sure.
and one person only,
Mm-hmm.
and that is Yahweh God, because we're going back to being a conservative
Oh,
Christian podcast.
oh. I've brought us back.
However,
Sure.
on the caveat that we are evangelical Christians who go to church and it's like just straight up a concert and there's light shows and we're giving thousands of dollars into the church. It's a mega church.
Sure. Tithing.
Tithing constantly.
Yeah. You could tithe like $98 that you
in
would
fact-
otherwise spend on an Uber.
In fact, exactly. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. This is almost a church, and I think that a lot of the viewers should give us 10% of their income. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's keep going. Anti-endorsement.
Yeah. So I think probably our biggest anti-endorsement is for Elisa Nassimi, principally because we don't know their deal. They didn't respond to our emails. We didn't interview them. They weren't at the debates. They didn't submit a bio to AMS elections. So, what's up with them? We don't know. You could vote for them if you want a sort of mystery box senator. But we think that's a bad choice. We also I'm just going to go through the rest of the candidates here. We also didn't think that Sultana would be a great choice either, because we just found that while she has been on Senate before, she didn't have a lot of knowledge of the current state of Senate. So one of the things was that in our interview, she talked about communicating AI expectations and how students would be able to use generative AI in their coursework, and making sure to communicate that to students upfront, like in the syllabus. And in February, there was actually a policy passed that would require professors to include a generative AI statement on the syllabus. So we just felt that she was lacking a little knowledge there. And I should note that Sultana also serves on the Ubyssey's board of directors, which has no effect on our coverage. She didn't see our endorsements before we published them. Then there is Ian, who is on exchange right now. Perhaps Ian is fine. We didn't get a chance to interview him, and we think that if you're running for a hyperlocal politics position, you should probably be in and amongst the electorate.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. So we thought, even though perhaps he had some good ideas, we think if you're looking for that, you'll find that in other candidates too.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was Luca Jenkins, who he mainly only had like two big policy areas that he was looking at, which was cutting ties with Israeli universities, as well as sort of banning or limiting the use of generative AI. Other than that, he didn't have a ton of policies we found super meaningful, and didn't seem super knowledgeable about Senate. And I get the impetus to want to be like, oh yeah, this is a candidate pushing for cutting these ties. We're just not sure that Luca would be able to do that effectively. We think Brian would be able to. So that sort of justifies our endorsements and not endorsements there.
Yeah. Word. Okay. Hell yeah. On to the next one.
Yes.
What is the next one?
Do you want to go to AMS, or there is another not election that's happening?
No, I hate those. No, let's skip them.
Skip the AMS?
No, skip the, what is it? The
Student Legal Fund
Legal-
Society? Oh boy. Yeah.
They're just going to get in there, right?
Yeah, they're actually getting acclaimed. So there are only 6 of them running for 6 positions.
Wait, sorry, what's the...
The Student Legal Fund Society. They are an independent society that was established in the 1990s, notionally to fund like legal cases on behalf of UBC students or that would benefit UBC students. But in the past couple of years, they haven't really been doing much. They've just been sort of getting their $1 fee from students and collecting that. And when we talked to them, they said a lot of that is because essentially they are in a bunch of unfavorable contracts with the AMS that causes them to take or to essentially pay the AMS $40,000 a year, which leaves them with about $15,000. But we think that even this new board, they don't seem super competent. They weren't able to get us any minutes from any meeting in the past year.
Jesus Christ.
Including their annual general meeting minutes, which under Section 21I of the Societies Act, they are required to keep us records. So we were a little disappointed by that. Yeah, overall disappointing.
No, I hate their ass.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like it for everything that you just brought up.
Yeah. So we're continue to not be super thrilled about SLFS, but they talked about a lot of plans they had to revitalize the Student Legal Fund Society, and while we aren't necessarily convinced that those plans will work out, we wish them well. If they work out, that would be wonderful. Yeah. But we're not excited.
I just hope this acts like a wake-up call for them.
Yeah.
Do your job. Also, the unfavorable contacts with AMS, that sounds bad.
Yeah, what we were told was
Expert
that
political analysis by
Thank
Maydha
you.
Sood.
yeah, what we were told was that a previous board who consisted of a number of AMS executives signed these unfavorable contracts sort of on both sides. We don't have evidence of that. I asked if they could provide the names of those people. They refused to, and sort of we played a guessing game for a bit until I tired of that. But we followed up with them via email, and they didn't get back to us.
For a legal society, they sure lack evidence.
Yeah.
You thought that'd get a big laugh, didn't you?
I amuse myself, and that's all that matters.
This is true. Some jokes are for them, some are just for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't get my "we wish you well" joke, and that's fine. You weren't expected to.
I didn't get it.
It's a reference to someone on AMS Council.
Oh.
Hence, it was a joke for me, not for you.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
I get it now. I know exactly
Yeah.
who you're talking about or what you're talking about,
Yeah.
and I know the exact reference.
Yeah.
Can you explain it?
Not to you.
Okay.
Sure.
Next on the AMS
Yeah.
executives.
Yeah. Do you
we
have
can
a favorite executive
Um,
position? Or you can say your favorite executive. I'm not the boss here.
I think my favorite position is the student life
Sure.
position. I think
Yeah.
it's the most important position. I feel like it's the middle ground between the little people and the people up top.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think
Sure.
it should be the most important. I've said this to the current
Mm-hmm.
person in there,
Yeah.
Kevin. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting about it. No one's running.
Oh, cool.
No one is running for VP Student Life. So there's going to be a by-election, uh, theoretically later this year.
Hmm.
So in the meantime, they may hire an interim. But yeah, it's very interesting because for our elections issue, one of our news reporters looked into that and was essentially seeking comment about the future of the VP Student Life, and and they received sort of conflicting accounts from within the AMS. The official stance of the president and the AMS is that this year has sort of been getting the student life position up off the ground. It was obviously I shouldn't say obviously, but it's a new position established by referendum last year. So there's definitely a lot of onboarding that and setting up systems for that needed to happen. But our news reporter also spoke to an unnamed executive who spoke to the Ubyssey on background because they weren't authorized to speak on the matter, and that executive said that the position wasn't supported, essentially, that it was in a way sandbagged. So yeah, that's the VP student life.
So for our viewers,
Yeah.
what is the VP student life role?
Yeah, that's a great question. As I said, it is a new role that was established last year, and it's sort of somewhat vague. There's aspects of it that are like doing some mental health initiatives. There's some that are like improving campus spirit, organizing events, that type of stuff. But personally, I'm not sure that its current implementation necessarily does everything that we want it to, because there's also a lot of overlap with other executives, like in a lot of ways, like a lot of the people we spoke to this year, they would all say like, oh, when I came to UBC, like clubs were where I found community, and that's under the vice president administration's role.
Yeah.
Follow-up question for the VP student life position. This was the first year that this position existed. How did it go?
Uh, I would say that that it was definitely not operating as well as we would have hoped. One of the things that really strikes me is that for Mental Health Week, which was supposed to be a big week-long event here in the Nest about mental health, the the office tried to get funding from UBC Thrive and ended up only getting like $800 in funding, which I don't actually know how long they spent trying to get that funding, but I suspect that that the amount they paid to the staffers may have been in fact more than the $800 they received. So that's one example, and obviously that is not entirely the office's fault. That it's always fickle with those type of things. But there have been other ways where I've just been sort of disappointed in it. There was I think that it sort of goes into what I was saying before about how there's a lot of overlap. So I'm not convinced that the role has a clear identity as of right now. Kevin, who is the current VP Student Life, has sort of worked with the university to establish the Blue and Gold Society, to work on some advocacy on that front with the university about student life and things to get students excited. And that's sort of that university advocacy is also the VP AUA's role, right? So there's a lot of overlap there, and I'm not sure that we are necessarily getting what we paid for with this student life position. Like we pay between the executive and the staff, it is somewhere around, I think it's $80,000. Yeah, and I'm not sure we're seeing a return on that. I wasn't in favor of the VP Student Life referendum, and I mean, obviously, it's not filled right now. No one's running for the position, so I'm curious to see the future of that position. And we talked to both of the presidential candidates about that, and they had sort of different opinions about where that should go.
Yeah, yeah. That's a perspective I hadn't heard before.
Yeah.
Because you probably have more information than I do.
Yeah, yeah, because we talked to the candidates.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I guess for the sake of time, as much as I would like to
Yes.
talk about that,
Yeah.
For the sake of time, we'll have to move on.
Yeah, that's fine.
Next,
Yes.
you brought him up, AUA.
AUA, yeah. Jaya Panchi is running unopposed for AUA. She is currently works in the Vice President Administration's office, so she helped organize the clubs fair that happens, and she's been working in the AMS. She mentioned in her interview that she perceived her platform to be a mix of continuity and ambition. I said this before, but the board found it was more continuity than ambition. There wasn't really a ton that seemed super novel or super exciting, but ultimately that's okay. Sort of doing this advocacy with the university takes a long time, right? So we don't necessarily need someone to go in and like mess stuff up and start a bunch of initiatives that aren't able to continue on past them. So we think she will perform fine in the role. She will sort of continue what Zarifa Nawar has done and sort of continue pushing for those things. But we haven't seen much that would suggest that there's going to be anything super big other than continued advocacy that happens on the timescale of years.
Yeah. Finance.
Yes, VP Finance. There is Nathan, Aman, and Audrey running for VP Finance. We ended up endorsing Nathan Sheck. He currently works in the finance office, and in our assessment, the VP Finance is very much it's not a role that there is necessarily a lot of. It's a very operational role. Like the VP Finance obviously brings things when they come in, but we don't see it as one where we really need a mover and a shaker. We need someone who's going to keep the finances in line and be responsible about that. And we thought Nathan was the best bet there. We thought Aman would probably be fine. He has previous financial experience, but we thought he was a little bit confrontational in a way that we're not sure we necessarily need. And then Audrey, we ended up saying that you shouldn't vote for her. She had some novel ideas and some questionable ones that we didn't think were either here or there. One of her ideas was to make opt-out fees essentially opt-out by default, and then if you wanted to, you could go opt into those fees.
No one's going to do that.
Exactly. You'd have to be thinking, oh, I have all this money burning a hole in my pocket.
Yeah.
Let me go log on to my student union's website, find the fees page, and then find out how to pay more in fees.
Yeah, that's like tithing.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Which is what all the viewers of this
Should
podcast
do.
will do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or else you're going to hell.
Exactly. We ultimately think that proposal would be sort of disastrous for a lot of groups on campus. CITR or CITR or whatever the acceptable pronunciation is.
Get her.
Kitter, yes. Popularizing it right here. The Kitter fee is opt-outable, I believe.
Peter, I hardly know her.
Guys, please.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. My brand
Let's
of
get
humor.
serious.
But yeah, I think your fee is opt-outable. Also, the resource groups fee, that you can opt out of. There's a lot of fees that you could opt out of, and we think that would be sort of just disastrous for groups on campus. Like if the fees you were getting from students dropped to probably a couple $1,000s.
Yeah, I'm technically not part of
Oh, okay.
CITR.
Oh no,
but
no.
But
I need
like,
to check my biases.
That To be fair, we are here.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it from what I know already, they already have to fundraise. Like they just did
Yeah.
fund drive last week.
Yeah.
Just to make
Exactly.
sure things are just running.
Yeah.
So it's like if those fees drop, then it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
and not to talk about with the rise in AI and music and like algorithms, you kind of want a human behind what music is getting played and what's being pushed to you. So that's all I'll say.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So we don't think there's a lot there that is going to be super great for the union. She also talked about how she had previously wanted to make the health and dental fee opt-outable as well.
What?
The insurance that the AMS provides, which is it's also like that's. We sort of need everyone buying into that to make sure that the plan is stable and can continue to serve students.
Well, I think students should pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
True. You're partly an American.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Tell me about my overdue fees, hospital fees.
Yeah. Oh God, when I get blood work done, the fact that I don't have to pull out a credit card, crazy,
incredible,
crazy.
Yeah.
That's the biggest culture shock.
Facts.
Like they just ask me my birthday,
and then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
You wait
The
like a
biggest
couple hours.
culture shock for me was having to wait like 2 weeks to get an appointment.
Sure.
Yeah.
Waiting for 6 hours at an emergency room because in India, there's so many options. You can just go to a doctor and be done in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Damn. Shout out India.
Yeah.
Shout out the subcontinent. That's right. I'm including all of y'all.
Big.
Let's move on. Let's move
Yeah.
on.
No. No, please elaborate on that position.
Nope.
No? Okay.
I'm a Hindu national. Okay.
Yeah.
What's we've done finance. Have we done academic yet?
Yes, we did.
What are we missing?
For the vice president admin, as I was saying, a lot of their work is with room bookings, with maintaining the space of the nest, with supporting clubs on campus. So there were 2 candidates there, Will and Lokesh, and we ended up endorsing Will Sparks. We thought he was just generally more knowledgeable. His major is sort of I don't actually remember it exactly. I'm sorry, Will. But he's a big environmental guy, which is also a big part of the vice president administration. So he was very knowledgeable when we asked him questions about that. He also, one of the things is that in our interview, which happened 2 Saturdays ago, he wasn't like entirely sure about his plans for like clubs and all of that. But then during the debate, which was last Wednesday, he was much more knowledgeable. He had sort of settled on that aspect of his platform. So we like to see that growth, and we thought he'd be able to execute the duties well. I also following. Are you aware of this Friday? What happened in the nest?
What's happening this Friday or last Friday?
Or previous Friday? You can say no.
Is it the incident that I'm thinking of, or that might have been a couple weeks ago?
I don't know what
I
incident.
think that was a couple of weeks.
Okay, yeah. Then no.
The UBC conservatives invited.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to contextualize it so I can take a sip of water? Or?
Yeah. So basically, I don't have to be objective. Some nut jobs invited someone to speak. I don't know if this was another residential school denier specifically. I don't know who it was, but then there was some protesters, you know, trying to shut that event down.
Yeah.
You know.
So I actually reached out to both admin candidates before we published our endorsements to get their take on that, and they were both like the protesters were calling on the AMS to cancel that room booking, to essentially cancel the event. They obviously didn't. So the protesters protested, and the event carried on inside. But both VP admin candidates at least seem like they'd be considering doing it, but they wouldn't want to do it alone. So Will Sparks said he wouldn't want to take unilateral executive action, and Lokesh said he'd want to perhaps bring the matter to council. So I just wanted to touch on that since that is a recent thing. Yeah, we think Will Sparks will be able to do the job well. Lokesh, we think, doesn't necessarily have the experience we need. We questioned some of his ideas about club booking. He said that instead of the current system, he might want to sort of build his own. As a computer science student, I am also a computer science student. I get the impulse, but I don't think that's necessarily sustainable for this society. He also seemed not that knowledgeable about the AMS. During our interview, he said that the AMS's deficit was around $80,000. That's off by an order of magnitude at least. So we were disappointed about his knowledge there. Yeah. Do you have questions about either candidate?
So to be clear, which one is the endorsement? Which one is the anti-endorsement?
We're endorsing Will Sparks.
Will Sparks endorsement, anti-endorsement, Lokesh.
Yeah.
Ross, it's like you're not even listening.
Sorry, I was just imagining you seeing the Uber thing, and it was making me laugh really hard.
Bring it back.
It was actually making me laugh really hard on the inside. Just you like, oh my god, my Chungus life. Throw your phone, run like this, and then you have to come and record a podcast right away. It amused me.
The Uber
That's
wasn't just
inaccurate.
now. The Uber wasn't just now, was it? It was
No,
the email
but it
that
was
just
the
now.
email that was just
Okay.
now.
Yeah. They charged
tough.
my credit card
Oh,
just before I pulled up here.
devastating.
That's funny.
Maybe external.
Yeah. VP External. There is one person running for VP External, Alex Shang, and we ended up disendorsing him. We think that students should vote no if on their ballot.
So that's the anti-endorsement. Alex Shane, get fuck out of here.
I wouldn't put it that aggressively.
I am.
I try to. I think that having compassion for the people I cover is really valuable, and it was definitely a conversation we had.
Look
But
at the lip quiver. Look at the lip quiver.
oh sure, I can't see. There's a microphone in the way. Oh great, awesome.
Our lip is not quivering.
Anyway.
But yeah, like we want to be kind and fair to the people we cover, but we think he just doesn't have what it takes for the position. So you've had Solomon E. Kieran of Ross Oteri fame
Jesus
on
Christ.
the podcast.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I will walk out.
There's a camera tripod blocking the
I will
door.
break the camera tripod. That is clearly working.
That's
perfectly.
working perfectly right now. The first break of that tripod. But you're aware the rally for SkyTrain. They were here in part to promote that, I imagine.
Yeah.
And they've also done a lot of other advocacy. They've held a bunch of press conferences. They've talked.
It's a very
to...
public-facing role.
Exactly. And Solomon has definitely made a face of themselves, made a name of themselves in their time as VP External. Now running for Vancouver City Council.
Yep.
So all of that name recognition that they were building is paying off for them politically. But Alex, we found, was a lot less ambitious, and in ways that we didn't think necessarily made sense. So at the AMS's annual general meeting this year, we essentially passed a motion saying that students want the SkyTrain to UBC to be an ongoing priority of the AMS. But when we were talking to Alex, he was saying that one of the things he'd like to do is he'd like to do surveys to see what's important to students.
What?
And he described doing multiple rounds of surveys and said that he wouldn't want to start advocacy until he got a large enough positive response on the order of like between 1,000 and 2,000 respondents, which...
May I?
Go for it.
This is such a Canadian government thing to do, of just like hearing after hearing.
Yeah.
Like it's so like compared to the U.S., which is still extremely bureaucratic. this country and its parliamentarian system is so bureaucratic in this way
Yeah.
specifically of like, I know the people want this,
Mhm.
but do they really want this? And this is something that we talked about with Solomon, was
Mhm.
that the whole point was to show that yes, the students
Yeah.
did really want this, like really badly.
Yeah.
And I feel like then this is now I'm just gonna go on a fucking tangent
No, no,
to
no.
increase this anti-endorsement. You're kind of just feeding into the narratives for why people aren't gonna want to build the SkyTrain in the first place, which you can't have.
Yeah.
You can't be in that position and then be helping your opposition. Anyway.
And it's pretty clear there is an appetite for it among students. We
Mhm.
saw Solomon collected 15,000 signatures for it in their petition there. We've seen all this advocacy. And we've seen that established desire at the AGM for this to be a long-term priority. And seeing a candidate just sort of essentially spin in circles with surveys to try to gauge something we already know was not super inspiring. They also weren't super knowledgeable about advocacy or building a movement or even the AMS. Something that Maya Tomasi, who is on the editorial board and is also our external politics columnist, she made a point of how one of Alex's plans is to essentially have some kind of volunteer corps that can be called upon when momentum is sort of dying down to cause it to spike back up again. And she was like, that's not how political momentum works. You sort of like, when you have it, you want to keep building on it. You don't let it sort of wane down until it hits rock bottom and then try to build it back up again. And then on the AMS front, they didn't seem to know any of the procedures that happen with the AMS. So there's a committee that approves like external communication called the External Briefs and Communications Committee. And I asked how Alex's plan about surveys, how that factored in or contrasted with the role that committee plays. And he said he couldn't answer it because it's like a private committee, like it's not super public. And I was able to pull up the public minutes of that committee. So, I mean, that's not altogether disqualifying, but all of this sort of together, we think that we have a lot of momentum right now. I think that one of the things that Solomon's done really well at is starting to build this sense that advocacy is something that we all do. It's not just one person and their staff going to Victoria to tell people to build a SkyTrain. Yeah. It's something that we all need to participate in some way. And we think that momentum is going to get killed if Alex takes office.
Wow, that's a very strong anti-endorsement.
Yeah, and as I said, we considered this a lot. We don't want to be like rude to someone for no reason. We don't want to like say mean things just to say mean things. But we think that like if you're running for public office, you open yourself up to a level of criticism, and we think in this case it's in the best interest of our readers and the community at large. Yeah.
Yeah. Who would you now endorse in Alex's place?
I mean, I don't feel qualified to say that. We don't know who all is running, or would run in a by-election if there were one. There was a candidate for VP External who dropped out, Vaden, who is or was a volunteer with Solomon's team. We don't know exactly how they would have fared in the role, but truly, the place I was coming from was I'd sort of rather roll the dice again than end up with the leader of this movement that we think is going to essentially kill all our momentum.
Yeah.
With surveys.
Yeah. External's done.
Yes.
What do we have left that I'm forgetting?
There is president. There are also referenda.
Fuck the referenda.
Okay.
We've already gone over a damn hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
My bad.
No,
Okay.
This is good.
We're on 190.
Okay. The big kahuna.
Yes.
El or ella presidente, or they don't have a neutral in Spanish.
No.
That's unfortunate.
Le presidente.
Then, yeah. The president.
Yes.
Talk to us nice.
Yeah.
What's the situation? What's the sitch?
Yeah.
The kids are saying, what's the sitch now?
Oh, God.
What's going on with the president?
I'm scared of whatever's happening.
Is it too late to leave? Can I, like, place you as a body barrier? No,
Yeah.
that's too mean to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for proposing that.
At this point, we're normally finished, and this
Oh,
is
yeah.
the side of me that Maydha normally gets.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Like off
Yeah.
camera. But...
I'm taking you long.
No. Trust me, it's not you. Again.
Okay, shush.
Okay.
Go on.
Yeah. So for the president, we weren't. I'm seeing a death stare happening. For the president, dear viewers at home, or listeners, it's a video podcast, but the video is also on Spotify and such, so you could be a video guy. But yeah, for president, we weren't super excited about either candidate. So we ended up not making an endorsement, but we said that we'd be voting for Jasper Lorien. And I'll talk about Dylan first. Dylan, there wasn't a lot to get excited about in his platform. There was it was just sort of like the same things we've seen before. We've seen candidates from of all sorts run on the exact same promises. The one thing we found that was particularly novel was in addition to an exam database and a syllabus database, a class notes database, which, I'm not convinced that all these data buy are necessarily going to be super impactful. Maybe they will, but it was sort of an uninspired platform in our opinion, and we were also pretty disappointed in Dylan's stance on one of the referenda. There was a student petition referendum that called on the AMS, if it was passed, it would require the AMS to send a letter to UBC, essentially saying, like, cut ties with these Israeli universities that are complicit in apartheid. And Dylan's stance on that was essentially, as the president, he'd do whatever the referendum said to a T, and nothing more. And that was a little disappointing. We've seen in the past there is definitely an appetite from students for the AMS to take a stronger position in support of Palestinians, and we saw that last year with the student strike for Palestine referendum, which had a overwhelming turnout. More people voted in favor of that referendum than for any candidate who ran in that race. So we see a big desire for that from students, and it was disappointing to see a presidential candidate who essentially would only act on that if their hand was forced by students. So that was Dylan. He'd probably be fine. He is currently the VP admin, so he already works in the AMS offices. But we weren't inspired by anything. He made a big point during our interviews of wanting to sort of keep the AMS stable, not rock the boat. He thought that governance changes were coming too fast. We don't necessarily agree that we need to go stagnant for the sake of not rocking the boat. So we weren't super impressed there. And then we have Jasper Lorien, who we said we'll be voting for. One of Jasper's big things is on their platform is moral clarity. So that's definitely a big divergence from Dylan's, which is essentially doing only what required to. Whereas one of the things we talked about when we talked about with Jasper was they were like, this referendum is essentially like the AMS could do it whenever. The AMS could decide right now, like perhaps with council approval, like, okay, we'd like to send this email to the university, and then they could do it. It doesn't need a referendum. So Jasper seems more willing to work on that directly, and we were a fan of a lot of their other policies that we thought some were a little underdeveloped, at least as communicated to us. in our interviews and on their platform. But the other thing is we're worried that some of those are going to clash with the other executives. We've seen, as you know, from Drayden Fontana of Ross Oteri fame, there is a bit of a culture of conflict between the executives and vice president. The president serves as the manager for vice presidents, and there's definitely a situation there of like a lot of the people in our union are fairly young. Not everyone knows how to manage or how to be managed, so there's conflict that arises from that. We've seen a number of executives either resign, as Aisha Irfan and Gavin Fung Kwang did last year. We've seen executives take extended leaves of absences, like Esme Decker. We've seen executives removed from office, like Drayden Fontana of Ross Oteri fame.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
I love beating a dead horse.
Oh.
Yeah. What if I say Drayden Fontana of $98 Uber fame?
I like that one. I like that one.
Guys, why won't you just let me forget?
Well, I'm not letting Ross forget about Drayden Fontana of Ross Oteri fame.
Wow.
You're so lucky you brought
Gave
this
us a
in.
gift.
Yeah.
And then tormented us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's what we've deserved because we've been tormenting each other. I think it's been time for an outsider to finally come in.
Yeah.
Wow.
And an outsider to bite back.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, we're essentially a little worried that that Jasper's goals won't necessarily play nice with executives. We're happy to be proven wrong on that front. We obviously want to see a very successful executive team next year, and we want to see a more functional AMS, one that doesn't have executives being removed or resigning. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Damn. I don't even have any follow-up questions because that kind of answers everything.
Yeah. And we talk about this more in depth in our written endorsements.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know, I would have loved to talk to you about you a bit more.
Yeah.
But I think it is important, especially this week,
Yeah.
for us to get the word out about specifically y'all's endorsements, but also just see how I did it that time? Y'all's? Yo, just kind of flowed off the tongue. Y'all's endorsements, and also just like kind of a breakdown about like the opinions of the candidates. Because you guys have actually spent more time with them than any of us, like plebes.
Yeah.
Who just walk around with our heads down in our backpacks, like, oh, geez, I'm late for class.
This is fair though.
Yeah.
So I'd encourage listeners to vote at ams.ubc.ca. If you want to learn more about candidates on the Ubyssey's website, ubyssey.ca, that's ubyssey.ca, we have the news team did profiles of the candidates, and then obviously the opinion section wrote those endorsements. I don't have particularly strong feelings about whether people have the exact Ubyssey ticket. I just think people should vote. This is important. Even though it feels like it isn't. It feels like sort of small potatoes. Local government does have a big effect on your day-to-day life.
Hyper-local government, too.
Hyper-local, yeah.
I have one final question.
Yes.
Who is the Christian conservative candidate? Who is the one who shares our values the most?
I don't know, honestly.
And on that note, Quyen Schroeder, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We have to do this again properly,
yeah,
please.
If you want to have me on just as a guy, if there is AMS stuff you want to talk about, I'm happy to be a AMS consultant. That's not the word. Correspondent.
Correspondent.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
First off,
That would be
because
so
then
fun.
I just want you as a box right here.
As a box.
Yeah,
Wow.
like just
okay.
in a box right here, and it's like, all right, we're going to Keelan now. Like that's it.
Sure, a talking head.
Exactly.
I might say.
Yeah.
Cut it off right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just a head in the box.
You'll just be behind this.
Oh,
one
great!
right here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just like begging on it. Please vote. Please vote. ams.ubc.ca.
ams.ubc.ca.
/vote.
Cameras are dying. People.
The cameras are perfect.
The camera
perfect.
stands
are perfect.
Yep.
No issues.
You never tell people.
Yeah.
This is Showbiz 101. You never tell people when things are going wrong.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
camera did not drop 6 inches.
Nope.
It did not drop 10 times while you were setting it up.
Nope. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's the end.
God bless
Tithe.
America.
Tithe.
Tithe,
to Ross
tithe,
Oteri.
tithe. Make sure you're tithing. Give us 10%, please.
$98 Uber.
$98
Creative
Uber.
potato, Ross Oteri fame.
I'm turning on this.
No.